In our coming lectures, we are going to work in counter component to understand how a state management system works with NgRx. We are going to understand what is a store, what is a reducer, and what is an action in NgRx state management. But before we do that, in this lecture, we are going to design the counter component. And for this counter component, we are also going to create some child components. And we are going to use that child component in the counter component. So let's go ahead and let's do that. Let's go to VS Code. And here, let's go to this counter folder. And there, let's go to countercomponent.html. Currently, in this HTML, we have an h3 element. But what I have done is, in order to save some time, I have written some HTML for the counter component. So I'll copy this HTML. And again, I will share this HTML and CSS files with you through the resource link. So let's go to VS Code and let's paste that HTML inside this counter component.html file. And inside this div, we are going to render the child components of this counter component, which we are going to create in a bit. Let's save the changes here. Now let's go to counter component.css, and in order to design the counter component view template, I have also written some CSS. So let's go to counter component.css, and from there, let's copy this CSS class. Let's go to VS Code and let's paste it there. And let's save the changes. So if you see in the counter component.html, on this div we are using a CSS class, and on the second div also we have a CSS class. So to define the style for these CSS classes, we are doing it inside the counter component.css file. All right, the next thing which we are going to do is, for the counter component, we are going to create some child components. So here again I am going to use ngGenerate command. We want to generate a component, and let's say I want to generate a component called counter-value, and I want to generate that component inside this counter folder, because the counter value component is going to be a child component for this counter component. So I'm going to call the component as counter-value, but I want to generate the component inside the counter folder. So first I'll say counter slash and then counter value. Let's go ahead and let's press enter. And now inside this counter folder, a new folder should be created called counter value, as you can see. And in that counter value folder, we will have all the files related to counter value component. Then let's create one more child component, and I'm going to call it as counter button. Let's press enter, and it should create another folder called counter button, and in that counter button folder we should have all the files related to counter button component. Now if I go to the counter value component.ts file, for this component the selector is app counter value. So I'm going to use this selector in the counter component. So here I'm going to render that child component, the counter value component. Okay, and if I go to counter button component, from there let's copy the selector of counter button, and let's also render it in the counter component. Okay, let's save the changes. Now if we go to our application, you will see that this box which you see, it is the counter component, and inside that we are rendering the content of counter value component and counter button component. Currently in those components we have a paragraph element. So let me open counter value component and let's go to its view template. There you will see we have a paragraph element, counter value works, and that is being rendered in the UI. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to design this counter value component as well. So again for that I have written some HTML and CSS. So here if I go to counter value component.html, from there I'm going to copy this div and let's paste it here. So it is a very simple HTML for the counter value. On this div, we are also adding this app counter value CSS class. So I have also written this CSS class with some CSS style. So let's also go ahead and copy that from counter value component.css file. Let's go back to VS Code and let's open counter value component.css. And in there, let's paste that CSS. Let's save the changes. And now if we go back to our application, it will look something like this. Okay, so it is rendering that value 0 in the UI. Then in place of counter button works, so this counter button works, it is coming from counter button component. So here, if I go to counter button component.html, there also we have a paragraph where it says counter button works. So it is being rendered in the UI. But again, in order to design the counter button component, I have written some HTML and CSS. So here, let's go to counter button component.html file. And from there, let's copy this HTML and let's paste it inside this file, this counter button component.html file. Here, the HTML is very simple. Here we have three buttons. We have increment button, we have decrement button, and we have reset button. And on each of these buttons, we are adding some CSS classes. Again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the CSS style which I have defined for those CSS classes. So that you will see in the counter button component.css file. Let's copy it. Let's go back to VS Code and let's open counter button component.css, and there let's paste those CSS styles and let's save the changes. And now if we go to our application, it will look something like this. So here we have a value, and here we have three buttons: increment, decrement, and reset. Now what I want is, when the increment button is clicked, we want to increment the value here. So from 0 it should increment to 1, from 1 it should increment to 2, and so on. When the decrement button is clicked, it should decrement this value. So from 2 it should become 1, from 1 it should become 0, and so on. And when the reset button is clicked, it should reset the value to 0. Now currently this value is being rendered because we have hard coded that value. Let me close these files here. So if I go to counter value component.html, there you will see that we are hard coding that value. But now what I'm going to do is, in the counter value component.ts, I'm going to create a property. I'll simply call it as count. It is going to be of type number, and let's set its initial value to 0. Okay, let's save the changes. And now in the UI, we want to render the value of this count property of this counter value component. So let's go to view template now, and there, instead of 0, I'm going to render the value of count property. If I save the changes, now here it is rendering the value of count property. If I change the initial value of count property to, let's say, 10, in the UI you will see that it is rendering 10. So now here we are rendering the value of count property. And here this count property is acting like a state in our application. So this is a state whose value can change. And whenever the value of this state will change, we want to render the changed value, the new value in the UI. Now what we want is, we want to increment the value of this count property whenever the increment button is clicked. And we want to decrement the value of the count property whenever the decrement button is clicked. And we want to reset its value to 0 whenever the reset button is clicked. But the problem here is, these buttons are present in the counter button component. So whenever something happens in the counter button component, whenever either increment, decrement, or reset button is clicked, we want to notify about that event in the counter value component. And based on that, it should change the value of this count property. Now, how can we do that without using a state management system like NgRx? We will see that in our next lecture. But on a high level, what we want to do is, this is how the component tree structure of our application is currently looking. We have an app component, which is the root component of our application. And in that root component, we have three components: home, courses, and counter. So based on the route link, one of these components will be rendered in the UI. So if the route link is root URL, the home component will be rendered. If the route link is root URL/courses, the courses component will be rendered. And if the URL is root URL/counter, in that case, the counter component will be rendered. Now for this counter component also, we have two child components: counter value component, where we have created a state called counter. It is actually count, which is set to 0. And we have a counter button component where we have all the buttons like increment, decrement, and reset. Now what we want here is, whenever any one of the button, so here let's take an example of increment button. So whenever the increment button is clicked in the counter button component, we need to notify about that event to the counter value component, so that based on that it will increment the value of this count property. For that, inside this counter button component, we will have to write an event which will first notify the parent component that something has happened. And then the parent component has to tell the other child component that something has happened in the counter button component, and based on that it has to react. So here, since counter value component and counter button component, they are sibling components, they cannot communicate with each other directly. So for that, we will have to use output properties and input properties in our application to pass data from one component to another component. And that we will see in our next lecture. This is all from this lecture. If you have any questions from this lecture, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.